Hello and welcome back to Understanding Crypto. My name is Herve, and every other day here I try to bring you cryptocurrency in the easiest way possible on the internet. If that's the type of content you find interesting, be sure to click that like button and subscribe to the channel with your notifications on so that you don't get to miss out on any other value-packed video like this one. So the elections are bound to happen tomorrow, and we are all on the edges of our seats because this will be a very consequential election for cryptocurrency. If Trump wins, we may get a change in the types of policies that have been affecting cryptocurrency. And if he doesn't win and Kamala wins, then we are going to continue in the same road that we've been in the past couple of years. So from a crypto standpoint, Trump must win. Yeah, he must win for our industry to blossom. They've been waging war on our industry for the past couple of years, so as they say, we need to turn the page. One of the biggest differences between both candidates is one holds crypto and the other does not. Trump's vice president holds crypto. He holds about $250,000 to about $500,000 in Bitcoin. And Tim Walz, as he said it, yeah, he said he does not know what a venture capitalist is. Now, I assume that he's joking there, but he does not hold crypto, so he's not one of us. So yeah, if Trump wins, then it's good for us. If he doesn't win, it's not over, but it will not be the best. Yeah, it will not be the best outcome. And so for the past couple of days, I was actually worried that if we continued in this same move to the upside, this particular move like so, if we continued like so into the elections, yeah, that would not be good. And this is something I really need to explain because I think I talked about it on my Instagram, and some people did not understand it, even though I've spoken about the same thing for like forever. When we rally into the news, it's usually not a bullish thing. It's not to say that if we rally into the news, we cannot keep rallying. It's just to say that the markets move by anticipating something. So the markets are forward looking, yeah? If the markets expect something to happen, they will most likely pump into it. And if it doesn't happen as the markets are priced in, then they will crash horribly, yeah? And so each time I find or say I see the markets going up into, say, a news event, I'd notice that we just mostly, we crash. And so given that we had these elections coming up on the 5th of November and we started to rally here on the 25th of October, yeah, that actually got me worried because rallying into the elections could mean that if Trump loses, then we crash. And we don't have any other bigger narrative than this one to bring us back up. So this particular crash, the current dump, actually made me more hopeful that Trump could win. A Trump victory would mean that we reverse and then we break all-time highs and go far beyond. So that's how I use price to try and forecast what could be happening in the real world. So the poly market bets, Trump crashed actually. His bets crashed right here. So this crash right here is actually bullish for me because I was skeptical about this. You know, so many people were being euphoric right here on the Trump victory. And so I needed to see it crash. And I think this is something we all need to understand. Everything works when these charts all work the same, regardless of what chart. And I think life is the same. You know, there are times that you'd have everything that you maybe wanted in some situation, and later on you lose a lot of things. So your life is also working the same way as charts do. There are times that you'll be very happy, everything is going okay, and there are times that you will not be very happy and things don't go your way. If you imagine that in a chart-like perspective, you'd see some sort of zigzag. So your life could also be going like this. So you go here and everything is good and you're happy, you're okay, and maybe you go up again and more things happen, good things of course, and then someday some catastrophe happens and you get very bad news and your life goes down like so. I tend to see life just the same as I see charts. So yeah, when I was seeing people betting a lot on Trump, that was kind of bearish to me. So when I heard that his bets crashed here, I was actually happy, because I saw this rally here as a lot of euphoria, and if this continued right into the elections, that could mean that he loses. Well, according to the way I see charts, by the way, I'm not saying that this has to work or it's standard. I'm just trying to relay how I see charts to how things generally happen, and they usually turn out this way. So I was actually glad that it crashed here. So that's generally it. When I saw this thing crash, I was actually happy because, you know, well, that's the crypto president right there, folks. That would be the first time that we get a president of the United States that holds cryptocurrency. The first time. The VP would also be holding cryptocurrency, and the VP actually has been holding crypto for a very long time, and he is very much against Gary Gensler's war on crypto. So yeah, and that's way back before all of this stuff, way back before the election season. So we can't say he was doing it for the votes. Yeah, that's way back before, like a year ago. Yeah, we've seen a lot of videos of him, you know, talking against this Gary Gensler's war on cryptocurrency. I mean, Gary even called BUSD a security. Like, definitionally, it cannot be a security. And later on, he said, no, it's not a security, after the company lost a lot of money trying to defend itself. So it's just crazy. Gary has to go. All right, liquidation heat map. So we have some liquidity here, somewhere around 70.4, 70.2. I'd be expecting this to get taken out. We will go back to that BTC chart, by the way, so that we see what's actually going on there. But this is the zone where I'd be expecting some sort of move back up to. I'm actually bullish at the moment for the next week or so. I'm actually bullish, and me being bullish now while the market is dropping brings me back to my initial scenario of some victory. Except Harris wins, and for some reason, you know, smart money thinks that it would be wise to pump the markets. But thinking logically here, the crypto president is Trump. And if I am thinking that the markets are going to go up, I must be thinking what will move the markets up. There's no other bigger narrative than a Trump victory. So we will see about that. But regardless of who wins, we are still going to go up, just that we would have lost a very big narrative, which means that it could take more time to go up and less strength when we even do go up. So Bitcoin exchange balances, we've not seen any huge BTC inflows into exchanges, and that's actually interesting because it means that whales are confident that we are still headed for some type of bull market. The BTC on exchanges is actually at all-time lows right now, so they are confident. If we were going to experience some sort of drop, like a 50 or 30% drop, then they would have been sending their BTC to exchanges. So this whole thing of BTC to 40, 30K, yeah, I cannot see that for now. I still think we are headed for something bigger than all of us. Okay, so let's go now to BTC, but before that, let's quickly look at BTC dominance. A lot of you usually ask me to look at this. So first off, well, we do have our zone here. Yes, our zone is between 58% to 63%, and the highest that I see there is 63% actually. Normally, it should top out exactly at about 61%. Let's see if we can get that done. So we go to the line chart and we try to make this clear. Okay, so it should actually be 60, no, it should be 62% actually, not 61, 62%. If we are being accurate there, then it should be 62%. The highest we can see here is 63. What could be the error margin? Error margin should be the 3 FIP, so 3 FIP right there. That's 65, and that's a lot. Let's go to the normal candlesticks. Do we have anything at 65? No. So this is the highest that we can see inside of this box right here. That's the highest that we can see for BTC dominance, folks. That's the highest we can see. There's no other zone that we can use to forecast that it's going to go higher. Again, it doesn't mean that it cannot go higher. We are just using the facts to forecast where it will go. Now, the facts may show us that it's going to go to some level and it goes above it, but that is what we cannot prove. Yeah, so it's not guesswork. It's just what the charts are showing us, and that's it. And these are rules that we've used before. As we go to BTC chart, you will see the same rules being applied again. So that's it for BTC dominance, folks. Should we look at total 3? Let's look at total 3. Total 3 is for altcoins except Ethereum. All right, so we have a clear chart right here on total 3. Normally, it should go down as low as the 2.618, but we proved this in our previous video here on YouTube, and even on Twitter I posted that. So we don't have any evidence to suggest that it's going to go as low as this level because of the USDT dominance thing that we proved in that other video. Yeah, so from here on out we should be expecting some sort of move to the upside for total 3. So to the upside, what's the highest that we can see for this thing? What's the highest zones that we can forecast? Okay, so if we take this from here to here, we get a 2.618 right there. It bounced at the 1.618. The next zone should be the $1 trillion level. That's about 1.7 to 1.9 trillion. If we are to expand this, then we are going as high as 1.7 trillion to somewhere around, that's around 2.9 trillion, approximately 3 trillion for the altcoins. It's possible, because this particular zone right here, this particular zone is similar to this one right here. So we are quite literally at the precipice of some mammoth rally. And again, we need a big narrative for this. We need something huge, yeah? And as I look around, I don't see anything bigger than a Trump victory for this, honestly. Yeah, I don't see anything bigger than this. I don't see anything bigger that can push us as high as this. It doesn't mean that if he loses, we won't go up. Just that that's the biggest thing that we see now. Okay, let's now go to others. Others are all the altcoins outside the top 10. Okay, so we see something clear here actually. This is somewhat clear. It's a classic move to the downside, so classic A, B, C, D, E, and we should be able to show it like so. So we see the A, B, C, D, E, like so. So this should be it. This should be it for the others. It should not take this low. Ideally, it should not take this low. And that should give you the double bottom scenario for this thing. If that's the double bottom, then we can turn this into line chart and try to forecast to the upside. So we can take this like so. 2.618 should be giving us the approximate top before some sort of big reversal. Could be the real top actually, but we will see about that. So 2.618 will be 21%. That means that at the top right here, altcoins outside of the top 10 will take 21.7% of the total crypto market cap. Not bad at all. But let's see how high it could actually go, like the highest it could go. We'll just leave that there and use the trend-based FIP. Okay, so if we're using that as the bottom, then we have a good scenario. We now want to see if this was the 0.786. 0.786, good. So that's now the 0.786, and then we should see something that looks like so. Maybe another consolidation here, and then we have something that looks like so. This now will be the top. So even that gives us 25% of the total crypto market cap. 4.786 to 4.764 gives us 38 to 39%. So this is actually the highest we can see for all altcoins outside of the top 10. So the coins in the top 10 in said scenario would be taking about 61 to 62% of the total crypto market cap. Total crypto market cap at all-time high. That's assuming that it can get as high as this, but even this could be the end. We should just hope that it gets as high as this, and that's actually possible, by the way. It's not beyond the realms of possibility. It's possible that it gets as high as this, but by 25%, then we have to be very careful there. This particular zone right here, that's where we'd have to be careful with the others. So really, this is what we are looking for, 21 to 25% in others, and with a maximum of 38 to 39%. That's our maximum for this thing. Now let's go to the total crypto market cap. So total crypto market cap, an easy way to look at this thing is just to take from the all-time high to all-time low, yeah? So if we go back to the past, we can use our line chart right there, and we take from the all-time high to all-time low. That will give you the exact top actually at the 4.618 to 4.764. So now we have this right here that gave you the exact top. So that was 2.8 to 2.9 trillion. If we factor in the same method right here in the modern day market, that should give you, let's see what that would give you. So all-time high to all-time low, 2.618 will give you somewhere around 6.1 trillion, and 4.618 keeps you at $10 trillion for the all-time high. Now, 2.618 is a very strong resistant level, by the way, so it doesn't mean that we must go to the $10 trillion level just because we went to the same 4.618 the last time. So as we get closer to this level, we will be watching, and we will be very careful about it. It's interesting to see how we are actually being derailed at the 0.786 right there for the total crypto market cap. All right, so let's go to BTC. So the last time we made a video, we were talking about a retracement back down to the 2.618 for BTC, and I updated on it in the Telegram channel. So you'd see how that 2.618 is being respected here. Let's just extend the lines. So we extend the lines to the right, and we see how we respected the 2.618 for BTC. If we invert the chart, then you'd start to see it now as the A corrective move to the downside, yeah? And you'd want to see the B, C, D, E as we continue to the downside like so. Should look like so. Hopefully you understand what I mean by that. So yeah, if this wasn't the bottom, then we'd be going back as low as the 0.786, which I talked about in that video. So this was actually my idea of the midterm bottom. You could continue from here, and then we continue our journey up to 85k. If this zone can be held as the bottom anyway, which I believe it should, then this would be our next major target actually. The $85,000 zone. That should be our next major target. There are some stops at somewhere around 77, but this will be the major target for BTC if we actually do hold this as the bottom for now. You see that we exited this downward sloping channel, and this was just some sort of retest right here. And since it was the all-time highs that we came to, some people sold off. There are people who bought here, and so as we came back there, they sold off in fears that we are going to crash. So this would have been the reason why I think we had a drop here. coupled with other reasons, yeah, like the whole thing about manipulation before a move to the upside thing. Yeah, that is also part of the reasons why we had this drop. A lot of people asked me before that is that not so short, like, so we consolidated for all this time just to have maybe a 50% move to the upside? Well, not really. If you zoom out, we can use the same technique that we used to get the targets for the total 3 and the total crypto market. So if we take from up to down right here, what does that give us? That gives us somewhere around 145k. And what's the maximum right there? Maximum is 4.618 to 4.764. That gives us somewhere around $243,000. Is that likely? I don't know. But it just says it on the chart. It's possible. Not that I'm betting on it, but it's possible. So far, the highest chart that has proven to be working at the moment, again, I will have to be checking with USDT dominant as we go higher. The chart that has been working pretty well for the past couple of months has been the trend-based Fibonacci chart, and it is this chart right here. So if we use this chart, we will see exactly why we topped out right here and why we came back here and had a top. Yeah, so when I zoom in, you can see that clearly. You actually see that we are holding it right here. This was serious resistance. So whenever we close a weekly candle above this level right here, it will be go time. This is that sell, yeah? So many people sold off as we came back here. They bought at the all-time high right here. So they are selling off because they are in profit or break even. So they want to sell to avoid some sort of catastrophic fall to the downside. And this took a lot of time, actually. We were here for, how long were we here for? So we were here for, let's take this. That's about 231 days. That's a lot of time. Yeah. So when we do go up, some people may expect it to just suddenly come back down. No, we can't consolidate for 231 days just to make some slight move. I personally believe that it will go higher. So when the time comes, we will be monitoring. And I don't think it's just going to drop back down and crash tremendously. I don't think that will be the case. Some people were actually disappointed. Some people telling me, no, it's not possible. We can't consolidate for a long time and just go up for a slight move. But that's because I was only looking at this particular chart right here, this particular chart. And that's why when I post my charts, a lot of people don't actually take the time to read or even watch a full video. You know, they just say, okay, what's the target? The target is this. All right, that's it. Thank you very much. And they go. But you have to follow on to understand exactly where I'm taking the targets from. So if I'm taking the targets from here, then that's the targets for this particular move, like so. But when you zoom out, then we are looking at the targets of this particular structure, the entire structure. Like we came down, went up. Where is all of this leading us? Yeah, and all of this is leading us to somewhere around up here. With a trend-based fib, I am more certain of this 2.618. That's taken from the macro, and if we can get the 170, 175, that will be great. Sometimes we do go above the 4.618 to 4.764 actually. Perhaps that could account for why we are able to see the $250,000 level right here. So that's 251,000. Perhaps that's why. Perhaps we actually do have something that looks like so before the next bear market comes. What price increase would that be if we do go there? Well, it's also possible, you know, it's possible. Look at the exchange balance. When the exchange balances drop, that only means that they can push BTC to higher prices more easily. The traders determine what the price should be. And so if you have less BTC in the marketplace, it means that they can easily move the price both up or down. And so yeah, that's the reason why I look at exchange balances and I look at this right here. So if we have a lot of inflow, that would mean that they, or say the whales or smart money, are expecting some sort of big drop to come. And that's what happened here. And this was on the 24th of July. They were expecting a drop and the drop followed. Yeah, and they are not always right. They also had a lot of inflow right here, and we had a mini correction and then went straight up. So they are not always right. But when you see some huge inflow like so, or even more than this, it means that they are expecting something to come. Now, they also had a huge outflow right here, just before this little move to the upside. So perhaps they still think that we are going to rally as I think. So that's pretty much it, folks. I'm still expecting a rally, and for now, like literally now, I'm not thinking that we are going to crash any further, to be honest. I think this could have been it. Yeah, I think this could have been it. We may consolidate here. We may consolidate here and have a move to the upside. This would be my own stance on BTC at the moment. Yeah, that would be my own stance on BTC. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you have any questions to ask, let me know in the comments. And if your question is one that I cannot answer in the comments, then I will probably, well, I will most likely include that question in the next video and answer for you. But until the next one, folks, stay safe.